everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today is we are playing CERATOPS STOMPY. So we have the new Shifting CERATOPS, which I think is a great card. 4 converted mana cost, 5/4. This spell can't be countered, so we have something that will definitely hit the battlefield. Although counters really haven't been around as much lately since Teferi came out. The little Teferi that stops pretty much all counters. So we probably aren't running into that as much, but it does have protection from blue, which means that it can't be bounced by the new Teferi. It also can pay 1 green, and it can gain your choice of reach, trample, haste until end of turn. And there's a ton of flyers, so gaining the reach honestly is actually really good here. And people might forget about it and attack unfavorably. And so that's pretty much the great thing about this card. The other things that we have to add into this deck is Leyline of Abundance, really good, especially because we have lots of ramp creatures. I initially was going to build this just like really stompy, but then I realized that, man, Leyline of Abundance adds so much value to everything. Like it improves Nissa. We can start growing our Carnage Tyrant at some point, with counters with Vivian. We get to our big stuff really quick as long as we hit a Leyline of Abundance. And it also can sideboard out if ever we need to. But overall, what we're trying to do with this deck is we have our Llanowar, we have our Stillleaf Champion, which I think is really good. There's lots of token decks right now, and so being able to get in for 5 points of damage each turn will be enough to kind of finish out the game against a lot of those decks. Growth Chamber Guardian, getting that card advantage, really good. It's just a solid card all around. Bringing in 1 Cavalier of Thorns to try to test this out. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today, too, is this is the first time I'm going to jump into doing a best of 3. So we do have a sideboard here as well. Veil of Summer, I think an absolute must-have 4 copies in the sideboard for green deck. We have Plummet because, again, there are actually a lot of flyers in the format right now. So we might just bring that in over something like Rabid Bite or whatever that might be a little bit less consistent against those types of decks. Vivian's Arcbow, Pulse of Marasa for the mono red, like the aggro decks. Gaining 6 life and being able to return, our Stillleaf Champion that they finally got off the board, or Growth Chamber Guardian, is actually really good, especially instant speed. They might attack unfavorably. We get to bring stuff back. 2 Thrashing Brontodons. I was trying to find a way to fit them into the main deck, and I just want to do more fun stuff that's new. But it probably could find a place in the main deck as well. There's a lot of things that are worth getting rid of. Vivian Champion of the Wilds, 1 in the main board, 1 in sideboard, and then 2 Vivian Reed, which is just really good. Again, targets for flyers, enchantments, artifacts, all those kinds of things are really nice to have. If we need card advantage, we can take out our Rabid Bites against, control, and then 1 more Carnage Tyrant in the sideboard. And so this is pretty much the deck. I think that, and I'm really excited to actually try sideboard. I feel like the best thing that happened with this new set is they added sideboard cards that really work well for any of your new, for almost any deck. Like, you can find a sideboard card to still stay competitive with almost everything. And man, we have got a ton of followers. Thank you, McNeil. Thank you, James Irwin. Thank you, Caleb Stevens, for the follows. And for you guys watching on YouTube, head over to my Facebook page. The link is in the description below. Please follow me on the stream. And I'm going to be streaming pretty consistently now. Because I've been really enjoying how Facebook Live works. It's a brand new platform. It's only been around for like a year, but there's tons of potential. And the best thing is that Facebook is throwing like all of their money at it right now. And so there's some really cool improvements that'll be coming. And the more that you guys come and support, do more stuff here, it helps me out a ton. So yeah, please like the streams, follows, all that kind of stuff. Definitely appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this goes, and wish me luck. Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to FusionGamingOnline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below. Traditional play. You can see I never ever play best of 3. All right, so I'm just gonna go play. I'm not gonna do ranked. I'm not a fan of ranked. I feel like the whole point of my content and everything is that it's all about having fun playing Magic, and I feel like the whole thing I'm trying to battle against is people that are taking Magic so seriously that they have to be competitive with every single thing, and they get mad at you if you're not playing the most competitive thing. And so yeah, all the people that are put that in my comments like, oh, you did that wrong and stuff, I know, I don't really care. That's probably not the best attitude for it, but that is my attitude for it. All right, we're going to bring down Paradise Druid on turn 2 is really good. Stillleaf Champion on turn 3. It's going to be really powerful even if we don't get to ramp up to it. And then the next turn we will have the Arcbow. We could play it on this turn. I just don't think it's going to be as good to play right away. Maybe we should have played Incubation Druid, actually, to have a crap more mana. Maybe. All right, well, let's... I think we're just going to Still Leaf Champion and swing in with both these guys. Or swing in with Paradise Druid. Go as aggressive as we can against an Esper deck. And we'll see how it goes. Oh, land... All right, well, let's go. Let's go ahead and play Vivian.
Close your eyes and listen.
Let's put counters onto each of these guys. Submit.
This'll be fun.
Attack it for 6. Down to 12, pass the turn. This is a very aggressive start. And this is definitely Stompy. It is definitely doing the Stompiness. Let's see. So Kaya's Wrath, that is always the annoying part, is we do have the chance of just having Kaya's Wrath. Forest, let's go Incubation Druid, Growth Chamber Guardian, Tick Up. Oh my goodness, this is actually really good. All right, and submit. And the great thing too is that all the sideboard creatures that we have, like a Carnage Giant, we can go grab that with Vivian. So we're going to take action. Yep. Grab our Growth Chamber Guardian. And we just created a ton of mana, and we're able to create a 3/3, get some card draw with that. So Vivian, definitely an amazing inclusion here. Probably gonna take the Nissa. Nissa's just too powerful, but we have the same gameplay again, and we're just gonna start beating down. Thought Erasure, number 2. Well, we're definitely gonna bring in Veil of Summer. We have a lot of good sideboard cards for this deck in our sideboard. Man, how many Thought Erasures is that now? That's 3. Wow. All right, let's, I think we need to kind of go aggressive right now. We can play Carnage Tyrant. Let's play Incubation Druid. I think we hold on to Paradise Druid for now. I don't want to play into a massive board wipe. Let's counter here. Let's actually not put counter there. We can put 3 counters onto it with 5 mana, possibly. This way we get a swing in for 6. We get to hold on to a couple creatures, and this actually gives us lethal. So pass the turn. If they board wipe, we can still swing in a couple of turns for lethal. So they're going to have multiple answers here. And opponents gives it up. Yes! All right, that is exactly how you want to beat Control, is just kind of outvalue them the whole way through. So what we do is we immediately bring in 4 copies of Veil of Summer. What do we go down? Rabid Bites. We didn't see any creatures there yet, or anything new. With an adapted Incubation Druid and a Leyline, it's tapping for... Yeah, so it's tapping for 4 with the Incubation Druid. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty insane what it can do. All right, so what do we go down? Veil of Summer is really good against Thought Erasure. We're going to have to... We kind of want to be able to hold up mana for it as well. We bring in another Carnage Tyrant as well. What do we go down is the question. Shifting Ceratops is good. Maybe we go down some ramp. Cavalier of Thorns. I was actually really impressed by how good Arcbow Ranger was with this deck. I was thinking that we maybe go down some of that, but... let's go down 1 Leyline. Maybe Galta. I mean, Galta can just finish the game so quick. This is card advantage for us. We gotta go down something quick, don't we? Let's go down 1 Incubation Druid, 1 Paradise Druid to make sure that we can play Veil of Summer. And I think that's good enough. it's still going to be pretty consistent. We still have 21 lands. Typically running 12 mana dorks, you would probably go even lower than that. And so, especially with Leyline in there as well. So I think that this is going to be okay. Again, I'm unpracticed with best of 3. It's been a long time. We keep it, I guess. Submit. Get Leyline out there. We really would like to run into a Llanowar. Ask and ye shall receive, my friends. No Veil of Summer is in hand, so that's a little bit frustrating, but that's still a great top deck in the late game. Helps us just to draw cards in the late game. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it. So cast down, very annoying. Let's get a Paradise Druid. 4 more land. All right, pass the turn. We do have a chance to be pretty grindy with this deck. Let's get down Still Leaf Champion. Madalam. All right. Thought Erasure. Boo. Takes the Vivian. I'm assuming. So Cavalier of Thorns, I didn't read all of it beforehand. So it looks at the top 5 cards of your library. You put a land card from among them onto the battlefield and the rest into the graveyard. So we do get to go find a land, and then it also, when it dies, you get to, you exile it. Yeah, you may exile it. If you do, put another target card from your graveyard on top of your library. So some pretty cool stuff you can do there. Let's go ahead and just play, let's go to combat, actually. Swing in. Play Still Leaf Champion. And, I mean, let's see if they have a board wipe. They know Cavalier is coming down on the next turn. They might be greedy enough to wait for it. Let's get rid of Forest. Oh. Well, swing in. That was not a crack. Don't worry about it. Down to 13. Past the turn. Maybe we should have held on to the land. I don't know. It's really tough to, if you hold on to a, I don't know what you do there.
Sorry, I'm late.
Carnage Tyrant is going to be great here, as long as we can keep them off of board wipes. Oh, man. No, not like this. All right, we are actually just going to start attacking face. We need to go face as much as possible here. Make them deal with our stuff instead of getting more value. Because I mean, the Teferi would have bounced something and basically gained them 5 life if I swung at him. Which, I mean, I do need to deal with it. The card draw that he gets might be enough. Oath of Kaya brings back up to... Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty good. That is really good. Gets to untap. There we go. So we do get the Forest. Let's swing at face again. We have lethal if they don't kill this Cavalier of Thorns. You know, the other thing that we need to have in this deck because of discard is... oh, man, we put tons of stuff in the graveyard there. We do get to put something on top of our deck with that. We probably need to have Nullhide Ferox in this deck. I didn't bring it in because we were playing so many Planeswalkers, but against a discard deck, that is something else you probably want to bring in as well. All right, Teferi. We have enough mana for this Carnage Tyrant. Even if they have a Thought Erasure here, we're going to have another one that will come down because it can't be countered. Yeah, they get to draw a card, or untap. Alright, well, we swing face. And, don't have board wipe. Carnage Tyrant. We have to play it in case of... we're going to hold on to Forest just in case there's straight discard instead of, like, targeted discard. In case of targeted removal, like, they might have Ross's Contempt, something like that. So we need to have Carnage Tyrant for that. Let's just hope they still haven't found a board wipe. Teferi. They have to draw, but they didn't keep up 2 white mana. They don't have Kaya's Wrath. They didn't keep it. So even if they draw Kaya's Wrath, we still have the game. Woo! Yes! We did it! Oh my goodness, that was sweet. Alright, we got Esper Control with the mono green Stompy deck. And I mean, they were doing their stuff. We were just posing all the threats. All right, sweet. Got a bunch of stuff here. Let's go ahead and crack that pack real quick. And let's check this out. The Shame Scoop, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if they actually had the Kaya's Wrath there. They might have just not found it because I feel like they would have played it a lot earlier if they did have it. They were using up their Teferis like crazy to try to get rid of our stuff. And so I feel like that was a desperation dig rather than that. But even if they found it, they did mess it up. So that was sweet. And that's the one issue with auto tapping is I almost wish there was like a undo and auto tap type of thing, but you don't know what's on top of your deck. Yeah, there's no way to really do that. You just have to, especially in a control deck where it's all about that kind of stuff, you probably have to just be aware of that more often. All right, we're going to keep this. Turn 2, Steel Leaf. We like it a lot. Turn 3, Ceratops. Like that a lot. And even if they kill Llanowar, we still have the Druid. I need to make a Temur Elementals deck. It's so fun. I just played against the Temur Elementals and got destroyed by it. And dude, Risen Reef is just straight up broken. Straight up broken. So yeah, that's coming in. And I'm also going to do a Risen Reef Yarok deck. We might do that next, actually. We'll see. Because, dude, it's insane. All right, let's go Ceratops. Swing in with Steel Leaf. I mean, we're a little bit aggressive here. If we find a land, we have Nissa as well for next turn into like Growth Chamber Guardian. What are they playing though? I'm hoping they don't have any board wipes. Red typically just does damage. Okay, so it is the elemental deck. Yeah, dude. Risen Reef, you either draw a card or put a land onto the battlefield. That is so broken. They need to, and not only that, but anytime an elemental enters the battlefield, and Chandra creates 2 of them, and with oh my gosh, I can't believe they've done what they've done with that. It's a little bit too broken, in my opinion. All right, Growth Chamber Guardian, Incubation Druid. We're gonna hold on to the other Chamber Guardian here. We want to ramp up to Nissa. Let's go ahead and swing it in. They're gonna have to block here. We want to get them to the point where they have to block with a Risen Reef. But yeah, Risen Reef with Yarok would be hilarious. I'm really excited to try that out. Living Reef. Yeah, Risen Reef, just a little bit too insane. There's a Nissa. They got to it first. We're still going to get there, though. Just fine. And in fact, we're going to be able to do quite a bit of stuff here. The great thing, too, is that the forest lets us... No blocks. The forest lets us still pay for the Ceratops here as well. All right, so... how much damage can we do? They're going to have to block the Ceratops. We swing in here. They block... this is the only thing that can block the Steel Leaf Champion. All right, so let's go Nissa Who Shakes the World.
We will not fail.
Forest.
The land fights for us.
All attack. Face. We're not even going to care about Nissa here. We are going all out damage. We actually have 3 mana to grow the Growth Chamber Guardian here as well. So we're going to see what they block, how they block. We can do a lot of damage, kill a lot of things. And as long as we get the Risen Reef off the battlefield, we are so happy about this. Okay, it has to block the Steel Leaf Champion there. We still have lethal. Okay, blocks the forest. All right, well, let's go ahead and adapt the Growth Chamber Guardian, bring him down to 1. Take action, Growth Chamber Guardian. You know, actually, maybe we should have just kept a blocker for Nissa. They can do 4 damage to it. Maybe if they have the hasty guy, they can do more. There we go, yeah. Sweet. All right. That looked really good. Trey, thanks so much for the like on the stream. Appreciate it, my friend. How you doing? It's been a while. All right, so what do we bring in? Rabid Bites, I think, are going to be pretty necessary. I don't think we really changed too much, honestly. I feel like our deck is kind of built initially to be like this. Veil of Summer can at least draw us a card if we wanted to, but we don't really care for that as much. I think that we just have to try to draw basically what we just did. I'm trying to think if they have anything. Robert, thanks so much for the like on the stream. I appreciate it. You guys rock. Seriously, just like, love you guys. Or, I don't know what that is. Love you guys. There we go. I can do hand symbols. All right, Nasty Natron again. I'm talking like I'm playing up some new people. But we got the first one underneath our belt. Ooh, we have to mulligan that. We have to have a really fast play against this. Growth Chamber Guardian, we have a way to get rid of Risen Reef. We're going to keep this. I guess it's just Forest to the bottom. Yeah, that's fine. Well, that's weird. Normally they put on this side. All right, well, Paradise Druid is okay as well. Sorry, excuse me. Vivian helps us also kill Risen Reef. Lots of ways to kill Risen Reef. That's the biggest threat is Risen Reef. This deck kind of fizzles a little bit if they don't have that. So Growth Chamber Guardian. We're just going to go Chamber Guardian, Still Leaf Champion, try for Vivian Reed or Vivian Arcbow Ranger and swing in. Pleasure as usual. Dude, thanks so much. You just deleted like 30 decks. Yeah, I went through just before the stream and deleted a bunch of my decks because, Lava Coil. Because it got a little bit out of hand there. All right, well, Still Leaf Champion's still really good against this deck. They would have played Risen Reef there, I think, if they had it. It just gets so out of hand. All right, we absolutely have to kill that. So we're looking for land, Paradise Druid, Rabid Bite. I think that's what we want. Not an elemental. That's fine. We are fine with anything that's not an elemental. All right, well, Llanowar Elves, Rabid Bite. Also what we wanted, right? Totally. All right, so Rabid Bite. Target creature I control. I could do it with Llanowar just for the fun of it, but let's make sure that guy dies. A painful, painful death. All right, down to 15, past the turn. We have Arcbow Ranger to deal with, another Risen Reef, or Amnath doesn't do enough damage for Still Leaf Champion yet. They are at Chandra mana, though. Man, Risen Reef is so broken. And that's the thing too, is like you don't even have to play that much of an elemental deck. Like by itself, 3 mana, 1/1, draw a card or put a land onto the battlefield. Like, oh, it's ridiculous. All right, they get to kill Llanowar Elves. That means we don't have Ranger. We don't even care about Omnath really. Oh, come on, give us what we need. We needed a land there. We had to put one to the bottom from the London Mulligan. I think that was definitely the right play. I mean, we've drawn basically all of our lands with our mana dorks. Pulse of Marasa. Oh, it's good. It is very good. Gets 2 Risen Reef. Yeah, I think that once they have enough of these guys down, I just don't know how we come back from this. It's a little too insane. They get to start putting counters onto their Risen Reefs. Oh, they put onto Omnath. Okay. And they're almost to, man, and I didn't realize, but they get to 8 lands really quick. Swing in, I guess. I think they just take it. Unless they have another Omnath. But yeah, so they actually, because of Risen Reef, they can get to 8 lands so quick with Omnath. And I think we'll hold out and play a little bit more because we have Nissa. Nissa can possibly turn this around if they just don't find enough threats for a while. Does this do to any target? I think it is any target. They can just do it to our face. Dude, this deck is good. This deck is crazy good. Breeding pool. What else you got? One more land and they start drawing a card every time a land comes in as well. I mean, there is a possibility this deck kind of like mills itself out sometimes, I guess. Because I mean, that's just so much card draw. But everything's cheap enough and you get extra mana. I don't know. It's a little bit insane. So we can go Arcbow Ranger and kill Risen Reef here. And it might be better than playing Nissa. I think that is. It's just so awkward, but I think we have to.
This place to the ground.
Okay, creature I control, kill you.
Get him.
No attacks, pass the turn. I mean, we can come back with this deck, with our deck, if we get rid of all the Risen Reefs. The amount of card draw they get from that is just too much, though. I'm going to stay with this one for just a little bit longer. Okay, there's Living Twister. Living Twister is a little bit awkward, I feel like, with this deck. It's an elemental. Oh, you can return tapped land you control to its owner's hand. Oh, that's true. Okay, so, I mean, if you do just get all of your lands with Risen Reef, you can just go crazy. Either replaying them with Omnath, getting more card draw. Dude, there's a lot of cool things you can do. All elementals get +2 plus... Oh, yeah, we are... I just want to see our top card here. See what we draw. We have Nissa for next turn. I think this is done. Mention Living Twister. I forgot, man, the returning lands to your owner's hand is really good. Because you probably don't even play that many lands with Risen Reef because you don't ever draw them because you're putting them on the battlefield every time. But every time you do, you get to draw a card, put counters on stuff, go insane and be amazing, and I hate him. I mean, what? All right, well, let's... We have Nissa. Is this enough? We have to go after Chandra. They just have a blocker, don't they? Let's actually swing with Paradise Druid. Blocks there, just takes it with Paradise Druid, yeah.
Nope. Don't
Play
like
another
that.
Paradise Druid. And now we didn't actually protect Nissa enough now. Is this to any target? My goodness. Yeah, that another Risen Reef, that's game. There's no way back from that. If we had some sort of board wipe in this deck, maybe, but we just don't have that. I do wish that there was some type of board wipe. All right, so... Maybe one Vivian's Arcbow could be good. I mean, that's not... I wouldn't play that in over Champion of the Wilds, though. Is there anything else that was really, really good? Maybe Pulsa Marasa. To make sure that we can bring back our stuff. I think we just have to try to keep a better hand. I didn't mulligan as aggressively as I could have. If we get like a Galta or something like that, we could just dominate. So let's just go again. See how this goes. Game 3 against Natron. Bring it on, Natron. And yeah. Play first, absolutely. Oh boy. This is either the most insane hand we've ever drawn. If we find a land. Jake, thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate it. So if we find a land off the top, this is the most insane hand. If we don't, it's pretty bad. The odds of finding land in the next even 2 draws with Rabid Bite. I'm gonna keep it. I said I should be mulliganing more aggressively, but we want a mulligan to have a Still Leaf Champion on turn 2 with Rabid Bite in hand and try to get to a Galta. I mean, that is exactly the kind of thing that we want to do. If we can get Champion into Ceratops. Give me land. Give me land, give me land. The odds of land are actually pretty big. Okay, there we go. Guys, Magic's easy. Just draw what you want. I almost want to just rabbit bite this guy, but... Flashing in cards if they attack with Reef can help too. Yeah, Living Twister, I think, definitely gets a lot more value with new stuff now. So let's go ahead and play Llanowar. Play Rabid Bite. I kind of want to save this for the Risen Reef, but they would have played it if they had it there. So let's go ahead and swing in. We're just going to go as aggressive as humanly possible. Next turn, I guess we play Galta if we find land. Otherwise, we play Ceratops. And then definitely Galta the next turn. And this deck will have a hard time dealing with Galta. So if we can get out a Galta before they kill our Stilic Champion. Alright, that's annoying. We have to find land here. That's kind of land. Alright, Incubation Druid. Swing in. Down to 8. Unless he blocks. Alright, has another Omnath in hand. That's actually good to know. That means he kills, oh, for the love. This deck, man. It's pretty insane what they're doing here. Pretty insane. If we can get to a Carnage Tyrant. In fact, do we maybe just put counters onto Incubation Druid to guarantee get to Carnage Tyrant with a land? Because Carnage Tyrant into Galta, I don't think they can beat that. This does have protection from blue. It means that Omnath can't kill it. But I don't think it's really in danger of that. I think Stilic Champion's better. I guess it should tap with Incubation Druid, but I really didn't want to trade off with Llanowar. They're actually okay with lands. They don't cast that expensive of stuff. So yeah, pull some Rasa, boo. Instant speed, gain all the life back, get to kill one of our things. Man, it's so good. Pull some Rasa, great card. It's a great card. Living Twister. Alright, they need to be able to kill this champion, I think is what's happening here. Oh man, is there any way that we can cast this Galta? Discards a land. Yeah. Resolves. They know that we're stuck on 2 lands here. This is a good play by them. You have said Gruul Naya is your favorite color sets. Is it based just on playstyle, or do you identify with the colors of... I think it's more playstyle is really the big thing with it. Man, come on, deck. We have... Like, the odds of us hitting a land on the top... What was it? 12 cards of our deck, we've had 2 lands. The top 12 cards. We are running 21, but I mean, that's a third of our deck. More than a third of our deck. We should be hitting lands still pretty consistently. It's like getting past 5 lands isn't very likely with it. But hey, I missed some follows. Thank you so much, Thomas, for the follow, and Alexander. Appreciate it very much. You guys are awesome. Yeah, so yeah, follows help me a ton. And also, if you guys want to like the stream, definitely appreciate it as well. You can check out over on this side of me. I keep getting mixed up. This side of me up here, if you check in the description, there's also a bunch of links for different things that I do. There's even a surprise in there for some cool stuff that just kind of came out. Hopefully I will get... I have a new hat that has my logo on it. And hopefully I'll be able to wear it before too long here. All right, let's go ahead and swing in with the champion. They can't block. Down to 10. So Omnath, if they find a land, they can Omnath and kill Steel Leaf Champion. Okay, that's what they're going to do. So yeah, play Omnath. Do 2 damage to Steel Leaf Champion. Living Twister. Oh, they don't have enough mana for that. Maybe they just hurt themselves a little bit with that. I mean, if we get to this Galta, we have a shot. They're really going to discard 2 lands here to kill Steel Leaf Champion. Okay. I mean, that is definitely a way to play it. We still can bring down a Ceratops next turn. Ceratops. I keep calling it Ceratops because there's a bunch of those as well. Now we find our land. Yay. Alright, so Ceratops. Get on out there. Pass the turn. Unless they can kill Ceratops, we have Galta. If they have 2 more lands, they might try to do it. Another Living Twister. Okay. I think once we get out Galta, we should just have this game. I don't think there's any way for them to come back from that. I mean, I could definitely be wrong, but I don't think so. Alright, pass to my turn. Ooh, now we have Carnage Tyrant. We're pretty much guaranteed to be able to play Galta next turn, but they could kill our Llanowar or something like that and not let us have Galta available. So let's go ahead and play Carnage Tyrant. They can double block, but we get to kill a... Let's say no attacks. These Living Twisters are really good blockers, actually. We get to kill one of them, but they get to kill our Ceratops. I think that's not necessarily the best for us. We know that we're getting down to Galta next turn, and so we're actually okay here. 3 damage to Ceratops. It can't. It's protection from blue. Omnath is blue. It's such a house. Yeah. Yeah, the land was 4 turns late, but I think that we still have the game. I think that as long as we can play Galta here, which, I mean, they get to kill a Llanowar, that's fine. Living Twister gets bigger, that's annoying. I mean, yeah, with playing Galta here, I really don't think that they can do much. Play Galta, and now we just go as aggressive as possible. The type of removal they have won't really be able to deal with Galta. If they find Nissa, I think they're a little too late with that, though. All right, swing it in. We're kind of just wanting to... Oh, I forgot about Living Twister there. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, I definitely misplayed that for sure. I was still thinking this was a 2-5. Like, the math in my head, I was doing it as if it was a 2-5. Regardless, though, do we want to play the land? No, we're good. Pass the turn. Regardless, we can, like, we have 19 points of damage. Trample. There we go. Whew. I mean, we kept the Carnage Tyrant. Did we keep the Galta in hand as well? I mean, like, we kept the hand that could get to it. We just drew terribly. They kept removing all of our mana dorks and the stuff to help us get to Galta, but we did pull it off. And I think we're gonna call it there. That was 3 matches. Was that 3 matches? Man, I'm not used to playing best of 3. That was so many games. But I don't even remember what it was. But ultimately, I think this deck is really powerful. I think it's super fun. I think you can definitely tweak it a little bit to see where, like, meta is. Like, so there's certain things that maybe need to be in the deck versus in sideboard. Maybe even add a few other things in sideboard, like a Galta might be decent to have in sideboard with Vivian, just because it's so big. And like you kind of want to have a few of those things in the sideboard with Vivian, because having a wish ability is actually really good. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.